The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to launch hosting with Vercel, and then after that we're going to cover Firebase. The reason why I'm saving Firebase second is because there are some issues with hosting with Firebase with NextJS. More specifically, I ran into issues with server actions where it's actually not functioning the way I would expect it to. So we're going to hold off on that, and I'm going to explain what the issues are where I can go into details, and then also use this opportunity to come up with another solution in launching our app anyway by using Cloud Functions. So we'll get to that in greater detail. Let's first make sure that our app is launched on a hosting site with Vercel. So let's take care of that right now. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we need to create a build for our application, an optimized version of our application, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to do npm run build. And what this will do is it will create a version of our app that's ready for production, for deployment rather, right? So that's what it's doing for us. And once that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we push that to our GitHub repository. And then that's what we will use then to launch as our application with Vercel. All right, so now that we have our build completed, we're ready for deployment here. So what I've already done also, actually, in fact, let me make sure. Okay, we're all set. I have pushed my final commit over to my Git repo for this. So we're ready to set up with Vercel. So let's go to Vercel, check out how that is all set up. This is going to do is going to go straight to my project since I've already had other things set up for here. So as you can see right now, it lists things that are available in Vercel from my Git repo. So for you, what's going to happen is when you first sign up, you need to connect your Git repo. All right, I'm already set up, so we're good to go here. And for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I make my app available to Vercel so that Vercel can then use the code to launch and for hosting. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm only exposing the app that I want available, right? So if you see here, only selected repos are available. So I'm going to go ahead and select my ToDo app here, which is this one. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and save that. Okay, now that we're back here, what I can do now, it's now available in Vercel. I can go ahead and click on import, and I'm just going to leave that as the ToDo Firebase project name, and I'm going to click on deploy. This will take just a little bit of time, and once it's done, we'll be able to test it. All right, so it took about 60 seconds, maybe a little less than that, to actually finish deploying. And now what I can do is it actually gives you a preview of what that looks like. I can actually click on that, and it's taking me to the actual website to open up a new tab, and I can actually test the app now. As you can see, it works as expected. Everything's working, firing up from server actions right now, which is good. If I delete something, it works. Everything that that's expected to do, it's working. So let's go back to Vercel. I can go to the dashboard. The nice thing about Vercel is that anytime you push to your master an update, it will automatically update your web app, and it will work just as expected. And last but not least, in this dashboard, you will have access to the link to your app. So if I click that again, this takes me to that app itself, which is nice. And of course, it gives you the status, it gives you a branch it is, last commit that was added to the branch, and so on. So it's got all the information that you need. This is a really, really good workflow in terms of deploying your app. You obviously can add your domain, but that is all the stuff that we need to launch hosting in Vercel. So that was pretty neat. Next up, we'll talk about Firebase.